And it says we are live. I'm here. You're beautiful. It's Thursday night. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes live. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This has been a very heavy week. We will have not one, but two moments of silence in a moment when I get everything set up. We'll get that out of the way. Very personal moments of silence, actually. We'll get that out of the way, and then we will get into all of the news, the trivia, and this week's unboxing. Of course, a lot of stuff to cover regarding SDCC, regarding ACG Hong Kong, as well as some stuff from Takara. It's been a week. That's what I'm going to say to you. It has been a week. Give me a couple of moments to get all settled away. I hope your week has been going extremely well, my friends. I sincerely do. Let's see who we got here before I get into anything. Hey, Tony, Mike, Blue, Dragonfly, Waspinator, Big M. Hey, Xander, Marcus, Joel, my buddy. Okay, so hey, Shansi, buddy. So I said that we were going to have 2 moments of silence. The first is a very personal one. Last night, my aunt, who had been battling cancer for the last 2 years, passed away. She had a very good quality of life, really until the last few weeks. And I'm glad that it wasn't a long, drawn-out suffering, but it kind of came all of a sudden to us. We knew it was going to happen, but when it went down, it really went down quick. Her and I are not as close as I wish we were, at least not all the time. But nevertheless, she was family. She is my aunt, and she passed away last night. So I'm going to do a very personal moment of silence for her first, and then we'll get into the second one. And the second one, and then we'll get into some good stuff, I promise. The second one, actually, a lot of you will probably recognize this name because I've talked about it here on the channel often. I've talked about this person on the channel often. A Transformers fan, a Transformers collector, somebody who was in the community, somebody who helped me out a ton, gave me an awful lot of items, not to review, but for me to own, a lot of 3D printed stuff. If you followed my entire evolution of my custom Lio Kaiser, I could not at all have done it without this individual. Some of you have seen me review some custom printed 3D Target Masters. And even when I reviewed the MP9 Optimus Prime and broke his hip, it pretty much shattered. Didn't belong to me, belonged to Maximal 10. This individual redesigned, reprinted, rebuilt, and reassembled that Rodimus so that he's fine again. Our buddy Justin from the 3D Corner passed away this week as well. I'm pretty gutted about that. I mean, another gut punch, right? 2 gut punches. He was a good guy. And he helped a lot of people out and never asked for a thing in return. For example, one of the things that he just gave me when I went out to get some help from him was this entire kit. You may remember the cards from Kingdom, and there was one where in an alternate universe, Dinobot was like Dynamis Prime or something, and he had all these armor parts and a different head. And it was that head right there was one that was designed and printed and whatnot by our buddy Justin. Sunday, he was working in his yard, started not feel well, said, ow, my head, and had a brain hemorrhage, unfortunately. And the result was some catastrophic damage to his brainstem. 35 years old, far too young, but a sobering reminder to all of us that we really have to very much live life, value the people near and far that are in our life. And it's exactly those reasons that I say to you guys, whether we argue and fight or whether we get along and agree. But I always say to you guys at the end of every single video, don't forget that you do make a difference in the world, because you don't know how many times you're going to get to say that. So we will also do a moment of silence now for our buddy Justin from the 3D Corner. Okay, so let's move on to some of the good stuff. And, honestly, I could probably use the distraction. So first things first, myself, the Starscream wife, finally went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine last night. I'm not going to give any spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it, but I will say this. The hype is absolutely real. I've heard nothing but good things, amazing things. So much so that, you know, it's been a few years now with a few wishy-washy Marvel series and, you know, some movies that performed lackluster, which, by the way, does kind of get addressed. But I think that this is the film, I think bringing in the character of Deadpool and the way that he breaks the fourth wall and the way that he portrays things, I think it was the right way to get the MCU back on track. I'm excited to see where it's going to go going forward. I'm excited to see how they're going to handle Kang, but I'm also excited to see how Doctor Doom is going to fit in. And Robert Downey Jr.? Really? Also, last week, I think I told you guys that we had hit a moose. Luckily, amid all of that sorrow this week, we also had some good news about some insurance stuff. So, like, it's been a wild week of extreme highs and extreme lows. Okay, let's get going. Let's see. Hey, thanks, Tony. I appreciate it. Caldeo, I appreciate it. Yeah, no spoilers, Dragonfly. Don't worry. And if I see any spoilers in the comments, I'm going to remove those comments, guys. Not yet. Value the people and things you have in life. Value the gifts that people give you in life. I said that to my keepings. And you're right. Amazing movie. I agree, Big M. Absolutely. Tell my story. Tell it true. The good and the bad, the rest of the silence. Absolutely. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Hey, Master Fire. So yeah, let's get going. So I'm going to dedicate tonight's show to both my aunt and to our buddy Justin from the 3D Corner. He's a guy who, both of them were people that honestly were probably loved and known further than their own personal reach, like more than they'll ever know. All right, let's get going here, shall we? Thank you, Joel. I appreciate it, buddy. Thinking of checking out the Energon universe since the people behind it work for Invincible, and Invincible is great. If you're talking about the comics, check it out. I'm not even a comic. We all know that what I think of Transformers and comics, but I think the Energon universe is the way to do it. I gotta say, I think it's the way to do it. Let's see. How about my friends? We start with let's start with this. And Halloween. So, of course, Transformers One, as you might well expect, is going to have Halloween costumes. Again, guys, if for some reason you can't see me, if for some reason you can't see me, by all means, let me know in the comments. Because of the way the week has been, I'm going to try and kind of go through this. I know I'm going to miss some comments, and I apologize for that. Yeah, so anyway, I mean, Halloween, there's Megatron from Transformers One, right? You know, I mean, I guess it looks like Megatron from Transformers One. It's a great attempt. You know, they bulk up these suits and stuff, right? And of course, here's Orion Pax. I feel like the heads, the masks, whatever, are a little big for the body. I don't know. I guess kids are big-headed. Oh, but he comes with the Matrix. Now, that's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. Having the Matrix there, that's pretty cool. I like that. And yeah, so there, you know, I mean, not for nothing, but I guess that's cute, you know. How about we go to this next? So this actually kind of ties in a little bit with ACG Hong Kong, and it's something that Takara revealed, and it's this. This right here. This is, of course, they're calling it Leader. A lot of people are calling it Leader. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Good. I appreciate it, guys. The Matrix should be candy pale. I agree. Life is too short. You learn this when you lose friends and grapple with your own mortality. Absolutely, you do. Now, I've heard some people, especially in the US, say $80 for a leader. Since when were they $80? First, outside of the US, a lot of places have them up in the $75, $80 range. It's a pretty common price point for leader class. However, that said, this is more than just leader class. That's the whole thing with this. This is more akin to that Rise of the Beast Optimus Primal that came out that had all of the extra bells and whistles and was actually bigger again than leader class. My understanding is this is a little bit bigger again than that, than, you know, leader class would normally be, and has some of those extra bells and whistles. My guess is because of that, that's why this is, you know, noted as being more expensive. Now, whether that value translates to you in any way, shape, or form, well, I mean, that's up to you, right? I will say this. I like the look of the gray. I like the look of the axe. I even think the truck is the most successful adaptation of that Cybertronian truck. Cool Optimus Prime head. I mean, this looks good. I mean, kind of an all golden bronze matrix. I think that's kind of neat. And he can still hold it, no problem. You know, he has pop-out blasters in his shoulders. You can switch from a plated face to a masked face, much like you can do with that Optimus Primal. So, you know, Axe Matrix, you know, I'm sure he's super articulated. As you can see, there's like no hollowness on the guy. So it's like leader premium, I suppose you could say. And not for nothing, but that was actually on display at ACG Hong Kong. So speaking of ACG Hong Kong, let's kind of cover that stuff now, shall we? Before we get into the SDCC stuff. I think that this might be the first tab. Oh, actually, no, this isn't the first tab of the Hong Kong stuff, but this is a weird one, and I'm going to do it right now. You see that picture? Can you see that? Do you remember that? I bet you do. I bet you do. Waterhead. What's your thoughts on Creo micro changers? I don't have any thoughts on them. I'm not really that familiar with it. I've fiddled with a couple of Creo things. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what they are. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't comment on it, Xander. I'm not familiar with it. Anybody else see the 86 Prime Transformer? Yeah, I did. There's a lot of stuff that junkies up on his back, you know. I mean, most of it junkies up on his back. I think the arms are a little needlessly complicated. I like the legs, though. I noticed that Takara seems to be working around not making their own stuff now. Yeah, I think they are working around that too, Tony. I agree with you, buddy. I hated that Optimus Prime. All I would hear is Day Trader Master Power. Okay. Yeah, so of course this is the Power of the Primes. Apparently in, I believe it's Target, they're getting like sealed cases of a reissue of Power of the Prime's Evolution Leader Class Optimus Prime. Great mold. As a matter of fact, I often thought about getting this as a version of like Ginrai and Super Ginrai before we actually got a Super Ginrai. I thought it was a well done Optimus. I have that mold of Star Convoy, honestly. Would I go back in time now and get it? I don't know about that. But I think it was a great release. Why they're re-releasing it now, I don't know. Hey, no, I don't know. But like, okay, sure, cool. Why the heck? See if I can find not that. Yes. So we'll start with this. Bear with me. Yeah. So coming from ACG Hong Kong, we had stuff from Flame Toys. And I'm actually going to just find my notes here. It's probably the easiest way for me to kind of handle the ACG stuff because there was a whole bunch of it. So from Flames Toys, and I'm just going to run through it now, and then I'll show you the pictures. For Kurokara Curry, they showed a Gray Dye Atlas. They showed IDW Magnus and Starscream. For the Farai series, and I guess I should show those, right? Dye Atlas, that's Dye Atlas, right? And I don't think I would necessarily know it looking at this, but painted, I'm sure I would recognize it even more. The Starscream, right? Highly stylized, but obviously recognizable as Starscream. And we looked at this before. Oh, yeah, both Starscreams, by the way. And of course, the IDW Magnus. I don't know what they're doing with the design on those shoulder pylons. They're gigantic, and I feel like oversized, but okay. I've never been a fan of the red thighs on Magnus, but if it's your Magnus du jour, cool. I'm happy for you. For Farai, we have animated Optimus Prime, Beast Wars Megatron, Banzaitron, G1 Megatron, Shockwave, and Hound. All of that. All of that on display from Flame Toys. And I think that G1 Megatron looks great. Stylized, yes, but very smooth, very sleek. I love the curvature of the chest. I think it looks really awesome. As does Beast Wars Megatron. That looks phenomenal. Like, really, really. It can't just be me that thinks that looks phenomenal, right? Wouldn't it be cool if we got a new figure of Diatlas? I don't need it. I have the Diatlas that came out like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know. I don't want another one already. I got that one. No, I don't really want another Diatlas. Too soon. Give me another 7 years, and I'll probably agree with you. I think 10 years is a good window for updating stuff. Not 3, 4. I don't see any need for that. But I think 10 years is good. Like, you know, I thought it was too soon for Menasor when they redid it in Legacy. I don't think it's too soon for the aerial bots because we're 10 years out. I don't think I want them, but, you know, to each their own. There's the animated lad. I mean, that looks great. Look at the size of the hammer. Very, very well done. I think that is perhaps the Banzaitron, Soundwave, Shockwave, of course, and Hound. But that isn't all that we had coming from ACG. No, 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 no. We also had this from ACG. Boom. And what we have this time on this tab basically is the Unix Square Combat Megatron. Now, I talked to you guys last week about the Optimus and the Starscream, and I showed you a picture of the Optimus. They're also the same company that done this bust that we've talked about a bunch of times with all of the paint and the LEDs and everything. That's the same company that did that bust. This is the Optimus in robot mode. This is him in all of his parts, like all taken apart and reconfigured as a truck. Oh, as a truck. This is the Megatron. Quite stylized. I can't wait to see these colored. I really, really, really want to see these colored. And there's the Starscream that I mentioned last week. I did not have an image of it. But you know what? I mean, again, stylized, but you know it's Starscream. Those null rays on his arms look gigantic, though. Holy smokes. So, yeah, from ACG, if you're into... I don't even know what you would call that. It's not a model kit. It's not, like, building blocks. I don't know what you really call it. It's... I don't know. It doesn't transform. They combine and reconfigure, I suppose, based on their parts. It's very interesting, a very interesting product, I got to say. And from ACG, we're not done yet. We also had these reveals. Boom. Sorry about that if it took me a few seconds to get back here. So this is stuff from Yolopark, and there was a lot of it. For example, going through... Oh, hold on. Make sure that I got everything I want to say here. AMK 1 cogless packs, D16, B127, and Alita. Not Alita 1, just Alita. Then we also have the COG version of Optimus Prime, Megatron, Bumblebee, and Alita 1. The COG versions are significantly larger than the cogless versions. The IIES, I think that's the ones that have that really cool, like metal skeleton and interlocking joints and stuff. They have Shattered Glass Optimus Prime standing at 62 centimeters, Bumblebee at 44 centimeters, and for AMK Pro, we have the Last Night Optimus Prime, Rise of the Beast Mirage. So this is the AMK, but like with some extra bells and whistles. The B Soundwave, he stands 20 centimeters, Starscream at 23 centimeters, and Shockwave at 23 centimeters. So I'll go through. Of course, you can see most of them here. Again, right here is a perfect example. You can see on the left Cogless D16, on the right Megatron with his transformation cog. Same here with Bumblebee or B127 and Bumblebee. Bumblebee even has like metallic paint. I like that. That's the Rise of the Beast. AMK Pro Lad looks really cool. Of course, these don't transform. Last Night Optimus Prime. Yeah, okay, that looks like Prime from the Last Night. Again, Alita and Alita 1. You can see Alita 1 is significantly larger than Alita. Same with Pax and Optimus Prime. Here's the Shattered Glass Optimus, the Bumblebee, and I think that might be the Nemesis Prime. Another close-up of her. Of course, all of these well done, painted to the nines, well articulated, and you can see like extra hands, extra heads. I don't need to go through all of that sort of stuff, I don't think. Extra hands are a big one from this company, I find. B has like a blaster. He has his sword, right? His sword hands and the extra heads and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, if you're into the Yolopark stuff, then, I mean, cool, I guess. Model kits aren't really my thing, but I mean, I get that they got a huge following. People adore them, and I see why. I mean, the detail, the molding, the parts count, the everything here. I know it doesn't transform, but come on, how can you look at that and not be impressed by it? I like how even I don't even like Bumblebee. How are you not impressed by that? Look at that. Yeah, it's really, really cool what they're able to pull off. I'm not gonna lie. And like all of their stuff is so big and imposing. That's the other thing. So many images here. And of course, close-ups on Mirage. He even has his tires on his shoulders, right? That's the grayscale of Soundwave. He looks really good. Same with Starscream. Of course, this Starscream is from the Bumblebee movie. Those wings are gigantic for something that doesn't transform. And same here for Shockwave. Although I'm not going to lie, as I'm looking at this and whatnot, I'm thinking to myself, with the Studio Series Voyager, do you really even need this? You know, I mean, maybe do. I don't know. But I feel like that Studio Series is probably the way to go. Let's just check in with you guys here for a moment. Which one is SS38? SS38 is the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. I still need to experience that Optimus. Let's see. That's a big monkey. Let's go up here a little bit. Combiner Wars Menasor wasn't great, though. Better than the Legacy. My Legacy, the parts don't stay on. He can barely stand up. I mean, granted, I had to do some fixes to the Combiner Wars Menasor, but I don't have a tenth of the issues with him that I got with the Legacy. I find the Legacy terrible. Really terrible. To each their own. I know it's popular and stuff, but it's so bad. Paint scraping. I'm afraid of pegs cracking off. Terrible tolerances. Great Stunticons. Individually, great Stunticons. But honestly, a dog crap Menasor in my estimation. Hey, Hot Wheels brothers. So happy to see Animated getting this treatment. I agree. From Flames Toys. It is nice to see them getting this treatment. Hey, Albert. They make it stylized to keep, but keep it familiar. Yes, exactly. I could take some stylization. Like I feel like Kang Toys with their Predaking, for example, like you stylize it too much, man. They're barely recognizable, at least to me. That's a big monkey. Yeah, that is a big monkey. Say what you will about the Netflix show, but at least it brought Alita 1 back into prominence. I guess I like the Netflix show, so I don't have anything really bad to say about it. I think it was well done, honestly. Thought it was kind of odd they didn't name her Ariel. Interesting. You're right. That is a bit odd. The only Yolopark that I got was the Scourge. More than I've got. It's kind of like they are functioning protoforms. Yeah. Yes, you're right. I agree with that, Tony. QC has a habit of what? QC has a habit of ruining what should be perfectly good figures. Oh, ain't that true, Franzese? My Legacy Minotaur is better than my Combiner Wars one, but I prefer the Scramble City mechanic. Wouldn't it be cool if we got a figure of a protoform? Didn't we get two? One of Optimus and one of Starscream? I mean, the Optimus, I use him as my Prima, but I don't know. Whatever you got in mind. Maybe Master Fire. Maybe. Let's get going here. Again. A blank protoform. Maybe. I don't know. Interesting. It's an interesting idea. I'll give you that. Let's take a look at this. Yes, let's take a look at this. All right, so Takara showed off what will be the latest round of Earthspark toys. Now, I have the Warrior class version of Jawbreaker here, and honestly, I wonder, do I want the deluxe? And don't get me wrong, like the deluxe obviously has some more color, some more metallic, some more joints, for sure. And we'll see that as we go through here. I think the arms are a bit too long, but I don't like that tail all stuck off on the back. Not a fan of that. Love the head sculpt. Good articulation, no doubt. I don't know if it's kind of like with Thrash. Like I stuck with the Warrior Thrash. I've seen the deluxe. I prefer the Warrior. I'm not sure about this. I'll have to see when the time comes. I do like that the tail can come off and be a sword, but then there's like nowhere else to store it. This, of course, is the Takara version of hashtag. Now, right on the very top of the vehicle, you'll notice there's a square panel. Takara, along with some other changes, notably using a more indigo color instead of a stark purple and adding a few paint apps, also remove that panel that's on the top of the Hasbro release and put in just a blank panel on the top of the vehicle. The Hasbro release should be able to, from what I understand, combine with the like the Bumblebee and the Twitch and the Robbie and the whatever the girl's name is, Mo, that come those two packs where you can put the top of one body on the legs of the other. Apparently, hashtag will be able to do that. I don't know why. I have no interest in doing that in the least. I would prefer this, but that's just me. The legs folded in the bed of the truck. I mean, I wish they were hidden away a bit better, but when you look at it from the side and stuff, I love the look of this thing. I think that looks so cool. I really do. Love the robot. Adore the robot, actually. All the articulation you could want, right down to what looks to be an ankle tilt there. Like, come on. I'm in for this. Absolutely 100% want hashtag. Whether it's the Takara one or the other one. I also want this big bad dude. This is the bruiser known as Aftermath. And he, of course, is going to be a tow truck. A bad dude tow truck. And look at that robot mode. Oh, buddy, what a nasty, nasty dude. Pretty nice car mode. I wish Takara didn't cancel the Earthspark Prowl. A lot of people are with you on that, Master Fire. A lot of people. Liquid metal and all. I was so ready to buy their Prowl. Who just said that they just got Farak? Wasn't me. I would like to have Farak, though. Aftermath kind of reminds me of a Nah. Yes. I thought the same thing, which is weird. Let's hope Aftermath doesn't ask for a real fight. I mean, you know what? Not for nothing, but you're probably right. I love these. I think that they look so cool. Look at that. Dude is going, and he got the spikes on his shoulders like he's one of the like road warriors or something, you know? Like, yeah. And again, all the articulation you could want down to ankle tilt. Now, this is an interesting one. This is the Deluxe Alita 1, but in reality, what it is the Warrior class version from Hasbro with some paint apps and a couple of parts remolded. It's more a Warrior than Deluxe, but I think I like both for different reasons. Here they are both together. The left with the yellow headlights, that's the Takara. The other one is the Hasbro. I wish the Hasbro had the yellow lights, but I think I like the vibrant pink on the Hasbro a little bit more. It's a bigger differentiation, a bigger contrast, and I think I like that. Now in robot mode, I obviously like the more busy detail on the Takara, but again, I think I like the pink of the Hasbro. I think I really, really dig it over the like more off-white of the Takara. But I mean, again, that's just stylistically. Like, that's what I prefer. You prefer whichever one you want to prefer. I think they're both good. I mean, I didn't really need another Elita one, but I think that they are both quite good for what they are. And I like, honestly, not that much different, really. You know, mostly the coloration, maybe the biceps are rounded more than the Hasbro. Speaking of comparisons, this was something that I mentioned that we'd see a little bit later, and we're seeing it now. And what we have here, of course, is the Warrior against the Deluxe. The Warrior seems a lot smaller. But I also know that the tail folds into the arm or the leg or whatever, and I think I prefer that. Not nearly as well articulated in Dino mode. I'll give credit where credit is due there. Now we have the two robots. I think I like the proportions on the Warrior class more, but I like the paint on the Deluxe class more. So it's a bit of a toss-up. I think both are good. I don't know if there's a clear winner. It's just different degrees of good. What do you prefer, right? So there you go. And let's go here next. Who didn't grow up with Little People? I know I did. They had the best play sets. Fisher Price was the bomb when I was very young, and Little People were just fine. Yeah, sure. They didn't really do anything except, be little people, but that was good enough when you were such a little kid. People always talk about this like, this is for kids. And I'm always like, man, don't insult kids' intelligence. This is for preschool kids. That's what this item is really for. And those of us that loved Little People when we were preschool kids. Bringing Transformers into Little People? Yeah, do it. Optimus Prime riding a tractor. Bumblebee, he's in the house in the garage. Megatron, he's going to be in, I don't know, cooking in the kitchen or something. I don't know, but Little People were so cool. I love these guys. Look at that scowl on Megatron. This is the most adorable thing I have seen in a long, long time. And it does my heart good to see it. Let's go next to here. Why not? Actually, no, let's not do that. We're going to save that one. Let's go to here next. Also from Takara. So we talked about from Takara that Transformers One kind of bulked up leader classes, like leader class plus Optimus Prime. But that's not all Takara showed this week. They also showed these. Boom. These here. 86 Springer is great. I mean, okay. There's no reason he shouldn't be. It's basically Siege, and that was great. I mean, I'm not paying more than double for 86 Springer. That's insanity. But you know what? I have no doubt there's no reason for it to not be great. I didn't know anybody had him in hand yet, though. But okay, cool, whatever. You melted your Little People on the heater. Why would you do that? I've heard of people doing stuff like that. Like, I didn't destroy my toys. Not deliberately, anyway. Will you be getting it for your kid? Well, since my kids are currently 15, almost 16, and the other one just turned 18, I will not. But I would have. I'm not getting Lio Convoy, but we're going to talk about that. I can only imagine what Takara is going to charge that. Anyway, this. Yes. So, top left. That, my friends, is Missing Link Sentinel Prime. Apparently. It's not, no, thank you. No, thank you. And then, of course, this is Super Starscream. Because I really don't know Unicron Trilogy well, I immediately thought this was Thundercracker. Down bottom, the Studio Series 38, which we said earlier was the Bumblebee Optimus Prime. Studio Series 38 Nemesis Prime, and this is the throne in gray that comes with Coronation Starscream. I think it's just being sold, though, by itself as a throne if you want to buy a throne, I guess. I mean, Sentinel? No. No, thank you. Not interested in that. But it is what it is. Now, Master Far just asked a moment ago, who is going to be getting... hold on, see if I can find it here now. Yeah, who's going to be getting... I assume he means this. This right here. This, of course, is the Takara iteration of Lio Convoy. Let's start here first. So this is, of course, the Takara use of the Legacy Evolution Lio Convoy mold that I absolutely adore, and I gave it very high marks, and it was one of the top figures of 2023 for me. I'm not getting this Takara one for a couple of reasons. One, in robot mode, the only things that are different, really, is that the very lower tummy hinge, instead of being white, is red, which admittedly is the way it should be. And the shoulder piece on the Hasbro one that's all gray is red with some white detailing on the Takara one. Besides that, all we have is the yellow on the mane and the tail and whatnot, traded out for an actual gold, which is cool, but the yellow is more cartoon accurate. Though I will give credit where credit is due. The face of the lion is definitely better. But in robot mode, the differences just aren't significant enough for me to double dip. I don't need to double dip that bad. Here. So this is the line mode. The entire body, the paws, the way the whole body looks exactly the same. The mane completely remolded. The face of the lion completely remolded. The one from Hasbro has like a nose, a snout that's more aimed down like a real lion instead of more out straight like we see here in the picture for the 40th anniversary version. As well, the eyebrow of the version that came out as, I'll say, Lio Prime is again more like a real lion rather than like furrowed eyebrows, like he might be angry, like we have here. So the face remolded and the mane remolded. I painted the eyes in on mine because the yellow orbless dead eyes really did bother me. If you see enough of a difference to double dip, that's your business. If you passed on this, I said, I don't want that, get the Takara. For the love and honor, get the Takara, because I'm telling you now, this mold is phenomenal. If you don't know the character, this is the guy who led the Maximals after Optimus Primal in the Beast Wars that was in North America, right? People will say, Optimus Prime's a truck. That's not Optimus Prime. He's just part of the Prime lineage. If anything, Optimus Prime is an ancestor of his, right? So, no, I'm not getting it, but the whole reason I'm not getting it is because I don't think there's enough change to double dip. It's not because I don't think this is a good product. I think that this is taking everything that's phenomenal about the Legacy Evolution version and makes it even better. If I scored the Legacy Evolution version at like a 9 or a 10, then this is like a 18, a 22, a 56, something like that. This is going to be a perfect Lio Convoy. The only concern I have, because it's coming from Takara, is that the tolerances on it will not be nearly as good as the tolerances on the version I have. Because of my experience, Takara doesn't usually have very good tolerances. But that's just my experience. A lot of people swear by them. So to each their own. We're going to just close that. Let's check in here with you guys a little bit. I love the Nemesis one. So do I. I think the Nemesis one looks really, really cool. Kimba, is that you? Oh, Kimba, I get it. Yeah, I get what you're doing there. Let's go up here a little bit. 86 Springer is fine. I have most of the same problems with him that I had with the Siege version. I mean, I get that they tweaked his colors. I get that they tweaked his shoulders. I've seen a couple of reviews, and I'm like, yeah, you tweaked a few things. No doubt. You added a couple of things, and it's probably Voyager Plus. But I paid, you know, I'm sorry, I paid $40 for the Siege. I don't understand why I would pay $80 for this. It's just, it's not enough of a change for me to replace my Springer at double the price. On sale, maybe, you know, if I was able to get him on a good sale. I'll say this, in Canada, he's not sold out. Like, pre-orders are not sold out for Springer. I don't think he's going to be that hard to get because nobody wants to spend $80 on him, right? As is the case with most leaders, to be honest with you. Leader's not a hard thing to really get here because you got to pay for it through the nose for it. Weird, we're already dipping into repaints for Missing Link, ain't it, though? Weird or lazy? I call it lazy. You call it weird. Armada Thundercracker. Is that Armada Thundercracker or the powered up Starscream? Powered up Starscream, but I think you could use it as Thundercracker. I'm all for that Lio Convoy. I get it. I get it. I don't see enough changes for me, but I totally understand it. Giving my evolution to a friend and saving it for the new one, and that's fair. That's fair. If you want to do that, that's fair too. I kind of wish they did an Ultra Magnus instead of the yellow Optimus. Fair. I agree with that too. The gold paint does look nice. But again, it was a gold paint in the show. It's the same thing with the big convoy. I wanted the anime accurate version, even though a lot of people swear by the toy color version because it has like metallic-y paints and stuff. I didn't want that. I want what it looks like in the cartoon. But I mean, again, that's just me. We're just throwing around now various degrees of awesomeness. I prefer mine. The head is nice, but I prefer the yellow to gold, and that's the way I am too, Tony. I'm with you. Again, neither's bad. It's just varying degrees of good. Also, the Lio Typhoon. I don't know what Lio Typhoon is. Kit. His name is Kit. I don't know why you said Kit. His name is Kit, but okay. Bring on A-Team Van crossover. The Beast Mode looks... No, it doesn't look way better. It looks the same other than the head. Man, people are so easily impressed. It's exactly the same from the main down, Masterfire. Exactly the same thing from the main down. It's just a different face and a different main. I don't know. I'm not as blown away by it as you are, I guess. It's just a different face and a different main. I don't know. It doesn't blow me away that much. If it does for you, like I said, cool, go for it. But we do need a proper G2 figure that actually looks like G2 Megs. What? You know what? Not for nothing. I think you're right. I think, yeah, you do need a proper G2 Megs. And I don't know. I don't know where we would see that. I don't know where it would fit in. But yeah, I'm not against that idea. I'm putting Kit with my spin out team. Okay. He teamed up with Optimus Prime in the Beast Force second movie. Yeah, that's right. So he did. Agent Knight will need proper toy hacks for the windows and license plate. I don't know why we would need them for the windows, but license plate, yeah, probably. I'm not down there yet because we haven't gone through the SDCC stuff. Did you pick up Party Wallop, the Ninja Turtle crossover? I did not. That thing is $72 before tax here, and I'm not that into crossovers. By the time you put taxes on it, we're looking at $85, $90. And if I had one, I would want 4 because I would want all 4 turtles. I would love to review it, but I'm not a crossover guy, really. It's very rare that I'm in for it. I know it's popular. A lot of people have gotten it. It was way too expensive for what it was for me. Since 86 and Siege Springer are technically the same, I'll go with 86 because it is more accurate and comes with more accessories. Not many more accessories. It comes with 1 more sword, and you're basically paying double the price for the missile. I don't know what you call it, and another sword and another blaster. So I don't know. Cool, I guess. They got me for 4 of those Party Wallops. I mean, no, I can't. That would be almost $400 for 4 crossover Ninja Turtles. No, No, just no. I mean, I don't know what the price is in the States, but I felt like that was wildly overpriced. I felt like that should have been about 45 Canadian. I don't understand why it's 70, 75 bucks, right? But that's just me. I know it's popular. Again, I can only go on my experience, my own thoughts. What about this thing? Or I guess I should say these things. So the Marvel Sunbow Archive has something like 170 character sheets now uploaded. Like here's Autobot X, right? I don't even know who this is. Some of these, I mean, never came to pass, right? There's Orion Pax. There's Orion Pax. Line work. There's Omega Sentinel, right? Dion, and so on and so forth. Ariel, Alpha Trion, Alita One, another Alpha Trion. So, like, you get the idea. Get out of that. And let's look at this. Why not? This was at SDCC. Boom. Of course, some images here. I'm not going to go through all these. That's him in the box. And looking at the, like, his height and the length of the trailer and stuff, man, I really think it's about the size of the Second Chance one I got. Huge instructions. And we all know that there's a lot here. A lot of it compacts on his back. I'm not going to lie. I feel like the chest is a little too big here in hand in this picture, but I think it's just the angle. Of course, the Matrix we've seen 100 times inside his chest. I like those blast effects. I think they're cool. Like here, I feel like the chest is a little too, just a little too big here. But again, I assume it got to be the angle. I'm sure in hand, it'll look amazing. I do like that the axe actually plugs on instead of just going pegged into his hand. Big fan of that, so you can actually move it around. I don't know why this is circled here on the side, but I guess these bits like fold out and stuff. I mean, you can see here what the backpack is like. There's a lot on it, right? As you can see, like a lot of it kind of unfurls from the front, and you'll rotate the upper body and then the lower body, and it all compacts on the back. Great looking truck, though. Really great looking truck. Clean, super duper clean. I like that. Looks good next to Ultra Magnus there for sure. Bigger than Ultra Magnus. You know, much bigger than Ultra Magnus, but looks great together. So, I mean, make of that what you will, right? Yeah, I mean, this truck, man, oh, man, it's great. It's really beautiful. And then that, of course, my friends, brings us into reacting to the SDCC stuff. I dig the 86 Optimus. He's basically MP44. Oh, don't insult it like that. Remember, I'm somebody who don't think that calling something masterpiece is, I don't think it's a compliment. I think masterpiece is junk. Honestly, I think that line is garbage and for suckers. I'm sorry if you're into masterpiece, but I've only ever seen and experienced imperfection. I've only ever seen and experienced breakage, like so much breakage. I don't know. It's not for me. I think that this is going to be better. It's like the 86 Grimlock. If you know the Masterpiece Grimlock and the 86 makes the Masterpiece Grimlock obsolete. You might as well take the Masterpiece Grimlock, throw it out in the middle of, you know, the interstate and let a transport truck drive over it. It's that bad compared to the 86 in my estimation. You might think differently, and that's cool. I can only go with my experience. Like people love MP10. I thought MP10 was awful. I hate the transformation. He can barely move his arm out from his body. I was built up, and I was wildly disappointed by it. Enough that I was like, thank God I'd never spent money on this. I mean, MP10 is really good. Is it, though? Because I don't think it's really good at all. I thought it was super lackluster. I know it's popular. A lot of people love it, but I don't know why. If it can't T-pose, I'm not interested anymore. That's where we're to in life. Let's go to the big news, of course, this. Yeah, SDCC, let's blow through a lot of stuff here. I'm not showing all the videos and all that junk and stuff. This, of course, is the hodgepodge. This is the triple T, 126.99 Canadian. Too much when all I want out of it is Sergeant Slaughter. If somebody wants the triple T here, and I already have a leather neck, that I think Ultra Megatronus, I think it was, sent it to me. Or was it Razorbeard? I don't remember which one of you guys sent it to me now. But I know I have a Leatherneck. I don't have Sarge. I'd like Sarge, but I don't want to spend $150 for him. That said, though, this looks really cool. Cup is an interesting choice, but I think that it works all right here. Love the Triple T. Now, this actually does make me think, man, maybe it is worth it. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. Now, here we have, of course, Agent Knight. Why they didn't call it Kit Knight Industries 2000, I don't know. I look at this, I'm like, whew, that's really good. And of course, I, like most of you, had the car as a kid with the Michael Knight that had no elbows and no knees, but he could sit in the car. And you could press the license plate on the back, and Mr. Feeney's voice would, you know, say things and whatnot. And then you were like, that's not really, though, Mr. Feeney's voice. And then you realize, oh, it's just a voice that they had for the voice clips and stuff. And it was all the inside sticker detail. And you had that cool steering wheel that he used to use and stuff. Oh, that car was so good. But I always hated that there was a sticker or whatever on the side that said Knight 2000. Drove me nuts. I was like, that is not on the show. This looks the most like the show. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that if you look under the visor and you look at the design detailing close up of the face, they think that this is Michael Knight, and the blue is supposed to be like his blue jeans, and the like black on his upper body is like his black leather jacket. I don't know. I don't know if that's reading too deep into it or not, or if that's the intention. In box, this gives me the nostalgia feels just like Ectotron did. I do have a pre-order in for this for sure. I love Knight Rider, and not for nothing. Little story. So I have a problem called nystagmus. A lot of you have probably seen in videos. Sometimes my eyes move. I can't help it. It's such as life. When I was little, kids can be cruel. When Knight Rider was on the air, there were times that I was called Knight Rider because my eyes move back and forth, just like the lights move back and forth. Apparently, this is going to stand something like 6.5 inches. It's going to be big. I think that they're going to borrow some of the engineering from like the Earthrise, you know, Prowl, Blue Streak mold. Like I think they're going to borrow some of that engineering and upsize it. This apparently will have lights and sounds. It gotta have some sort of voice clips for car mode, man. It really does. I'm excited for this because even when it turns into the car, it's not just a Trans Am. It's Knight Industries 2000. So this, even in car mode, I mean, got the speed, can jump, can scan, can do it all. It can withstand bullets. It's plated. It's everything that kid is. So yes, I am very excited for this. Also very excited for these. Got my pre-order in for these. I cannot wait to finally, after all these years, have a Ruckus. I've never owned any Ruckus whatsoever, and I've always wanted him. I cannot believe that we live in a world where finally we're going to have all three of the Trigger Cons. I'm so happy about that. I think these look great. I'm not going to use this as Bludgeon. I don't know what I'm going to name them, but I adore this mold anyway, so I'm in for it. I would never say that this is Beachcomber. Not at all. But yet, alas, here we are, and it is Beachcomber. But the legs are very weird. The articulation is very weird. The feet are very tall, but I think it still works. It's a weird lower body, but I think it still works. I love this. This looks just nasty and evil. Some more hair of Optimus, of course, as we all know and love. Nothing much more to say about him until he comes, really, and we see how good he really is, right? How many more pictures by now do we need to see, right? But, I mean, he pulls off so many poses. It looks so quintessential. This is the Frenzy. I don't think this is going to sell well because the rumbles are clogging here. There's so many rumbles because, of course, it's Rumble, Mohawk, and 86 Frenzy. The 86 Frenzies go first. The Mohawks go next, and they don't go at all. They're going to end up at Dollarama for $4, as will this guy. I'm convinced of it because it turns into a nothing, really. Core class, Bumblebee movie Starscream. It's cute. I don't really know why they're doing it in the size class. Why would you get this when the Voyager already exists? But okay, whatever. If you think it's cute and cool and you want it, go for it. I'm not against it. It's just a bit of a baffling size class for it. But it looks really good. Even the face sculpt looks really good. The articulation looks good. I mean, I think it's good. I think it's excellent. I just don't know why we need the size class. Studio Series, Reactivate Bumblebee. I think this is going to be the best Studio Series Bumblebee they've ever done. Most of the Bumblebees are trash, although I do like the one that turns into a Jeep. I think this is going to obliterate every Bumblebee they've done in Studio Series. Yeah. Like, look at that car mode, man. Look at that. Don't screw it up, Hasbro. Do not screw it up. Megatron, Studio Series Megatron. This looks way better than the Studio Series One Optimus that they did. The Studio Series One Megatron looks way better. Even the tank looks like it's going to come and bowl you over and destroy you. Yeah, really impressive. This is an Amazon pack. A lot of people have called for the re-release of Jetfire. Well, he's getting re-released in this pack along with Optimus, so you can put both of them together to give you Jetwing Optimus Prime. And as an added bonus, you even get the RC triplets. But who really wants the RC triplets? Let's be realistic. It's not like they're good. Interesting pack, though, for sure. This is the War for... No, is this War for Cybertron? What one is this? Not War for Cybertron, I don't think. I know it's... yeah, it is. War for Cybertron. The video game. There you go. War for Cybertron video game. Voyager class Ratchet. And, man, this looks... Yup. I mean, this has... You know, WFC, FOC written all over the Course Gamer Edition, right? Yeah, really impressive showing. I'm not in for all of it. I'm in for the Mayhem Attack Squadron 2-pack. I'm in for the Agent Knight, the kit. But I mean, you might be in for some of the other stuff, right? Ad for Joint Care. I've been closing a lot of the ads. Sorry, guys. I really like the Gamerverse Ratchet. Got a BBTS. Yeah, for sure. Somebody said earlier, I think it might have been Hot Wheels, that the Leader Class Thundertron was a must. I mean, that's cool, honestly. And I have the Voyager one, and that's fine for me because I prefer the darker blues and the darker gold. But if you don't have that, or you want to replace that, much like Master Fire with the Lio Convoy, if you don't have that Thundertron and you want to replace it with the Leader Class one, fine, do it. Or if you never got the mainline Thundertron to begin with and you were waiting for the Leader Class one, get it, because it's an excellent mold, right? I don't know if you need two of them, light blue and dark blue. Maybe you do, but it's an excellent mold. Let's run through the news now and see what we've already covered and what kind of tidbits notes we have not covered yet. We'll do the trivia and then we will get the heck out of here after the unboxing. Hold on. Let's start here. We talked about the 40th anniversary Lio Convoy. I think that's a great one for sure. I guess you could have young Thundertron and old Thundertron. Yeah, you could. You could do it that way, I suppose. We talked about the Ruckus and the Bludgeon, the 86 Oh, by the way, that 86 Optimus Prime, the reason some people have it in hand now, especially overseas, is because it was actually on sale at ACG Hong Kong. So it was on sale in Asia already. Oh, by the way, apparently Road Pig can connect to Road Rocket. I don't know how, but apparently there's a way for the two of them to connect. Why you would want to do that, I don't know. One's an Autobot, one's a Decepticon, but okay, sure. We talked about the Takara stuff. Here's an interesting one, a weird one, listing. It's the Studio Series 86 Commander class offering for next year after Optimus Prime. Apparently it's going to be a 2-pack of Long Haul and Hook. But Evan Brooks said that each figure was going to be released separately in 2025. He said that at SDCC. So is Evan right, or is the listing for Commander class right? He said the combined, now this confused me. He said the combined mode will be about the size of Legacy Menasor, smaller than the Combiner Wars one. He also said that all of the members, hold on. Where is that? Is it this side? Yeah, he also said that all of the members will be Voyager, but all of the members of the Combiner Wars one are Voyager, and he's much bigger. Plus, with the 4 that have already been leaked for the limbs, 2 were listed as Voyager and 2 were listed as Deluxe. And Evan also said that the limbs will plug into a centerpiece that has locking points that will allow for more dynamic articulation. I don't really know what's happening with this information because what Evan said does not match the Commander class offering. It does not match the Deluxes. It does not match a lot of information we've had. So at this point, honestly, I don't know what to expect from the Devastator. I have no clue what to expect from him at this point, honestly. So we'll lay that one down there. Skybound's Transformers Energon Universe Series has won 2 Eisner Awards. One for Best Continuing Series because it's actually well written and well edited, unlike IDW. And for Best Writer Artist for Daniel Warren Johnson. And again, the writing has been so tight across all of the titles. I don't know. We all know how I feel about IDW. They need to learn something from Skybound, Marvel, DC. I don't know. Become a professional company. Because you're not. Sorry. What else do we have here? Studio Series Bumblebee Skywarp out in the U.S. Also out at U.S. retail is the Jada 132 Bumblebee, the Power of the Prime's Evolution Optimus, and the One Iacon Race Pack. It's a little gimmicky thing with 3 little racers in it. We talked about the Takara Earthspark stuff. We talked about all of the Flame Toy stuff from ACG Hong Kong and from Unix Square, from Yolopark. The character models for the Marvel Sunbow chart, the Little People stuff, the G.I. Joe collab. All of the SDCC stuff now we've gone through. All of that down. Good. Oh, there's a variant. If you've been looking for the Hot Wheels Bumblebee, fear not. As Hot Wheels is prone to do, they're doing repaints of that Bumblebee. One is going to be in a metallic gold, which a lot of people will interpret as gold bug, and that's cool. You can do that, but it's not outside the norm for Hot Wheels to repaint stuff. So I don't know. You can get a yellow Bumblebee and a gold bug, or if you don't get the Bumblebee because he's short packed, maybe you can get the gold one and be like, this is my Bumblebee. Who is gold? It's the same thing. Just saying. By the way, that Takara leader Optimus is called Brave Optimus Prime. The faceplate, the Energon, Matrix, the axe, and all the stuff that we talked about there as well. Hasbro Gaming has been rebranded to Hasbro Games. Big deal for board games and stuff. Way to go, Chris Cox. You're making massive sweeping changes. All right. And the last bit of news, some listings, my friends, some listings. No. It's not the Transformers One Lunchables. Yeah, there are Transformers One Lunchables that are coming out. No. It's not that Optimus Prime popcorn topper. It's for Amazon, their Studio Series listings for 2025, and they include 86 Scrapper, which is supposed to be a deluxe, but if you believe Evan, it'll be a Voyager now, so I don't know what's going to happen there. Leader Transformers 3 Shockwave. I assume that's a repack of the Dark of the Moon Shockwave that we had. Then a couple of interesting ones. Voyager Transformers One Sentinel Prime. Now, this past week, I saw the Transformers One Optimus and Sentinel, and I don't know who's the other one, Alpha Trion, and is it Bumblebee? I don't remember now who the mainline ones are. Looks great, but now with this as a Voyager, I saw the Sentinel and I was like, man, he'd be far too small next to other primes. Depending on this Voyager, I might replace my Titan's Return all orange, triple changer Sentinel with this one. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to see what the Voyager looks like, but the potential is there. Also, Leader Transformers 4, which would be Age of Extinction, Optimus Prime, but it says a package refresh. I don't remember a Transformers Age of Extinction Studio Series Optimus Prime. I could be forgetting it. Very possible. I'm an old man and a lot has happened in my life, but you never know. Hey, Mecha. Hey, Tetranova. Time to economize. White bug paint, bug bite is an easy repaint. You're right. I feel sick when I hear such things as zero zilch, depending, economize on everything, I guess. I can't wait for the Superion, my favorite combiner. I mean, I hope that it lives up to what you want. I don't see any way to improve on the Combiner Wars 1, but good luck. I hope you get it. I'm out on that. I think that the Superion from Combiner Wars is perfect. I was disappointed in the Minosaur, so I'm not willing to risk another $300 on, because that's about what it would be, $300 plus on another, set of aerial bots. But I'm sure that they'll be popular, and I hope that the people that are in on it get it. The last listing for Amazon for Studio Series. So the One Sentinel, that's new. The Transformers 4 says package refresh, but I don't think it is. And this one, an A level, which means it should be available everywhere. Deluxe Dev OP. I assume it means that's going to be a Deluxe Optimus Prime from Transformers Devastation. That would be my guess. Okay. Now, last but not least, my friends. Is that Debbie from the video game? Maybe that's what I'm wondering too. Here is our trivia for the week. What common feature do the Corvicons share? Do all Corvicons have? Hold on. Do all Corvicons have? Are all Corvicons corrosive? Are all Corvicons crows? Are all Corvicons carnivores? Or are all Corvicons core driller tanks for their alt mode? Corrosive, crows, carnivores, or core driller tanks? Corvicons. What are they? Don't cheat and look it up. Just give me an answer. Come on. Somebody got one here. You're saying Big M saying B. We have a D from Ash. A D from Tony. A few D's here. A bunch of D's. Waspinator is guessing B. The answer, my friends, is B. They're all crows. In fact, there are 4 of them, and they all love to collect and steal shiny things. One of them, we definitely know, it's Filch, which is now part of the Star Raider, Star Seekers crew with Thundertron. But also, Boost Wing, Jack Nab, and Pilfer. All 4 of those would be your Corvicons. Little did anybody know, right? Little did anybody know that the answer was actually B, crows. Okay, the unboxing, and then we can get out of here. Let's see. The first one, I have 2 unboxings. The first one was super duper unexpected. I happened to see it at a local comic shop, not one of the big retailers, though I have since seen it at Walmart. That's not where I got it. I saw it and I was like, you know what? They're a local comic shop. They're trying to do business. They got this here. You know what? I'm gonna pitch them a bone, and I'm gonna pick up RID Sideburn. Don't have any Sideburn in my collection. I've looked at the Super Sideburn courtesy of Maximal 10. I was iffy on the Shadow Striker, but I have it. The tolerances could be a bit better. But here's Sideburn, and I'm going to tell you now, the tolerances on Sideburn, they're better. They're better. Is it enough to save this guy? What do I think of this guy? We'll find out when I get around to doing the review on him. By the way, tomorrow's review is going to be 86 Swoop that I compare with a couple of other swoops. I talk about at the end of that, kind of a, I don't want to say a fix, but sort of a fix for the left chest piece that opens up on a lot of people's, where you have to make sure to give it an extra push to make sure that the circle indentation goes over the dent. I'll call it, that the pin for the beak goes through. A lot of people don't give that final push, but it doesn't really work in the review. I blame that on humidity. I think that expanded the connection there, and it didn't quite connect as it should. I've tried it again since, and it works just fine. Give it a try with your swoop, where you give it a final squeeze at the shoulders and stuff. I show how I do the final squeeze. It doesn't work so well in the review, but I swear to you, it does help the solidity a whole bunch. The other thing that I got this week, is Baboom, the Bug Boys. The Bug Boys. But here's the funny thing. Amazon did not fill my pre-order. These were released on the 15th of July in stock. I waited until the 29th. Never sent out. Canceled my pre-order, reordered it. It was sent out immediately. This is why I don't like pre-ordering stuff. Pre-orders a lot of times get canceled or just not filled. They're not a guarantee for anything. I've had tons that get canceled and whatnot. And so I keep an eye out for when it goes up and actually buy it. Because if not, you might not get it. But man, oh man, oh man. These Bandai bugs are great. That's right. I said Bandai bugs because, of course, really, the Deluxe Insecticons started out from Bandai. They got licensed to Hasbro. And, you know, you're not going to get that license again. You're not going to get a reissue of the Deluxe Insecticons because technically they're owned by Bandai. But, man, these updates, whoo, buddy, pretty darn great. And not for nothing. But this guy, Malleus Minotaurus, immediately going to go with my glorious Salvia Promenon version of Solus Prime. But not going to act as the Forge because this is just a blacksmith's helper. It ain't the Forge. Just saying. And that's it, my friends. Thank you for joining me for this very, very special episode of GotBot Goes Live. For those of you that came in late, I dedicated this one to my aunt who passed away yesterday after a 2-year battle with cancer. Luckily, she had a great quality of life through most of that time. And to somebody that I've mentioned here that I've gotten stuff from on the channel, a good buddy of mine, good buddy to some of you, our buddy Justin from the 3D Corner. He also passed away this week. It's been a bit of a gut punch of a week. So I'm so glad you guys came by. I'm so glad that you spent some time with me and gave me a little bit of a distraction. Let's hope next week when we come back here, everybody, all of us have had a great week. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, please hit the subscribe button. Stick around. Have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, especially today, of all days, do not forget for a moment that you right there, whether we agree, whether we don't, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams right here on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way inside the videos.